Today, I will be answering your question, how to build Thunder Cage correctly. AKingsCreation here, teaching you how to play games more efficiently while having less time than others. So if this is you and you're returning new or just flat out like being on YouTube, this is your one-stop shop for answers to all your questions. Check out our community memberships and links in the description for more details. Let's answer this question together. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here is the Thunder Cage. Okay, so I want to go ahead and get this out the way. I have bonus firearm ATK versus Legion of the Darkness. As you guys can see, that's in purple. I am still re-rolling. Yes, this is my 20th attempt re-rolling. I went through a lot of resources. So I just want to go ahead and make this video. It will be changed to firearm ATK. Okay, that's what I will be replacing it with. If I am doing boss battles, I'll probably do weak point damage, but I highly recommend doing firearm ATK for that slot, right? So that's what I'm going to be doing, and that will be gold once I get that roll. So I just wanted to give you guys in advance that that will be rolled that way, right? Now let's go ahead and break down the Thunder Cage. Okay, all right, so here we are on the Thunder Cage. This is my loadout. Okay, so I want to go ahead and show you guys this is extremely strong because I have upgraded. Not only did I upgrade my modules, but I also upgraded the weapon. If you guys that are new don't know what I mean, if you go all the way, because I'm already here. All right, so if you go to your workbench and you go to weapon level transmission, what happens is if you want to go ahead and upgrade your weapon, you would need 4 Thunder Cages, and then once you get 4 Thunder Cages, you will be able to overcharge it. Okay, as you guys can see, I have 4 orange bars there, and it says overcharge. What this is your unique ability. Okay, so let's go back to the weapon. All right, so when you go to your weapons list and then you go to your Thunder Cage, you see your overcharge being your unique ability. When defeating an enemy, the defeated enemy has a set chance to discharge electric shockwave, which deals additional damage to nearby enemies. So it's like an AoE weapon. Once you shoot the enemies, it does like some shockwave, and it also affects other people, so you're doing a lot of damage. It's like a big burst or combustion, I guess, of electricity. So that's what that ultimate ability is, and that's why a lot of people run this. Now, how do you build it correctly? So back to the mods, we're going to go ahead and go with rifling reinforcement. That is your first mod you need to work on. Go ahead and max that out as soon as possible, okay? Because you want to go ahead and get damage because it's your firearm ATK, okay? Now, your next step, you want to go ahead and get the action and reaction mod, okay? This is your ATK mod, so this is additional damage. That's why we have fire ATK of 61% and a recoil of 20%. So this is good because when you're holding down the trigger, you got that recoil, so it gives you a little bit more stability. Now we're gonna go ahead and go with the electric enhancement. This is good for mobs personally, but bossing, it doesn't really matter too much here, but you could use electric enhancement to get that additional boost because it is an electric weapon, so it will be most useful for mobbing, but it can work for bossing as well. Now this is just a given. Firearm critical hit rate, you definitely need firearm critical rate for this one because the weapon uses critical hit rate. If you can go ahead and go to your tab, you can see where our firearm critical hit rate is 27.8%. So don't get this confused where if your module says it's 39%, so you're technically at 27.8%, which is not too bad. I promise you, you guys have seen it in the gameplay in the intro. I do burst through enemies, right? So then we're gonna go ahead and add that firearm critical hit damage of 120%. Now, even with 120%, we still have a good addition of that times 5.896%. So we got a lot of critical hit damage, which is pretty decent. Now, have aiming, I would highly recommend using if you're doing bossing. You can keep this on because it does do weak point damage. Personally, for me, I keep it on because I go for headshots a lot when it comes to fighting or shooting any enemy in any game. So this is what I would highly recommend using. Fire critical hit damage is good. We have better concentration. Gotta have that critical hit damage. Like I said before, we have additional 74.8%, and then we also have 120% on top of that. So we got a lot of critical hit damage on this weapon. And then we're going with a fire rate of 25% because we want to go ahead and mental focus. We see how we lose negative 10%. So we still have that 15% fire rate from this, right? So when firing a firearm, fire ATK goes up by 1% for 2 seconds, up to 150 stacks. So you can reach all the way up to 150 percent firearm ATK if you are using a good build. Like Glaze Infinite Ammo would be a highly recommended Descendant and build to use with this, because they were more likely to keep and reach the 150 stacks with mental focus. Now, if you're not using mental focus and you're not using ultimate glade or its infinite build, then you can swap to sweeping squad. What sweeping squad does, for those who don't know, so sweeping squad, when defeating an enemy, firearm ATK is 10.6% for 5 seconds at a 33% chance, up to 3 stat. Times that by 3, right? But you have a 33% chance of getting that, which is pretty good, and you're more likely to get it because you're killing a lot of enemies at once, sometimes in one burst, depending on how strong your Thunder Cage is, right? So that's what we're going to do, and then we're going to finish it off with a weak point damage of 35%. So this is our stats, guys. We got 194.8%. Don't let these stats fool you, because these are the applied values. So these are only the values of what you see from your module, okay? These, if you go to your weapon info, these are your actual stats for the weapon. So we got 21,000 plus firearm ATK, fire rate of 888. We got 26 rounds in the magazine, and we got 1.82 seconds of reload time. And like I said, our critical hit damage burst is 10%. And we don't really worry about this too much because we have swapped that out, like I said, with these rolls here, firearm critical hit rate and damage, and then Colossus for bossing. I personally like doing one build fits all. Obviously I will have different versions of the build, but if you guys want just relaxation and getting through all the content without swapping around too much, then I highly recommend getting this type of role. Obviously we want to switch out that, you know, Legion of Darkness with firearm ATK. Now, so that's pretty much it, guys. If you guys have any questions with this build, let me know in the comments below. If I have missed anything, or if you're confused about anything, let me know in the comments below. I will leave you guys with some gameplay of me using the Thunder Cage, and also a quick gameplay of the last clip that I used in my last video. If you guys haven't checked out my last video, make sure you watch all the way to the end of this video, and it will be at the end screen. This is where I show Glay, level 1 Glay, being a hard mode Dead Bride. So I will show that clip in this video as well, and just a little bit of mobbing as well when I'm farming. All right, leveling up Descendants. All right, so if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.